It's been now roughly 1 month since Zcash security vulnerability got fixed. Zcash is one of the very few altcoins that's actually able to outperform this year. And now everybody is closely watching liquidation levels. Is there a chance that we get back to the $700 and potentially appreciate by more than 60% from here? We're going to look at the marginal buyer and the marginal seller in this video. We're going to look at the on-chain data, the data most people are not considering. Hi, my name is Gerhard. I've been in the crypto space for the last 8 years. I hit my first million 3 years ago, and I did this mainly through active altcoin trading. My track record is on the website down below. I started to publish my trades in real time 2 years ago, and we are currently, with the open positions, at a new all-time high. Every single closed trade is on that website. I don't think that many people are willing to be that transparent with their trading. The current open positions are, of course, for the premium members of this channel. By the way, if you are using X, formerly known as Twitter, then feel free to also follow this channel's account. I publish data regularly over here. Make sure though that you follow the right account. So that's @BitcoinStrat. Please make sure that you don't follow an account that impersonates me, that's stealing my identity, and that might potentially scam you. So @BitcoinStrat, that's the only real account. Now, measured in US dollars, there seems to be this glass ceiling of $700. But versus the rest of the altcoin market, we've actually come slightly higher with the recent rally. And relative to Bitcoin, it even looks more bullish. Now, is that fundamentally justified? Zcash, as so many other altcoins, has an inflating supply. As in, there will be more tokens circulating 1 year from now. To be more specific, 3.5% is the supply expansion over the next 12 months. And that compares to Bitcoin supply expansion of only 0.8%. And that will be cut in half 2 years from now. We can see that the team of Zcash is still very active. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to fix the security vulnerability that quickly. The vulnerability got not exploited, so nobody lost their funds. But let's have a look at the valuation of Zcash. It's currently at $7 billion. The closest competitor in the privacy ecosystem is Monero, and it's got a market cap of $6 billion. Now let's compare the activity on chain, since the valuation in terms of market cap is very similar. Zcash has roughly 5,000 transactions daily. Monero has roughly 25,000 transactions daily. 5 times more traffic, while the market caps are very similar. Check this out. This is Zcash relative to Monero. That's the only chart where we do not see a higher high in May of this year. Zcash did outperform Bitcoin, but Zcash is not outperforming XMR anymore. We can see that the attention on Zcash tends to rather trend down now. And there is a correlation between attention and price, right? If the attention continues to fall further, then the price will likely follow, as it did at the beginning of the year. Now, there are 2 major markets moving crypto prices. There's a spot market. We had 74 million worth of trading volume in the last 24 hours on Binance. So that's trading the token directly. And we've got the perpetual futures market. And here we had 500 million worth of trading volume. In other words, the levered bets on Zcash has much more trading activity compared to the asset directly. And that, of course, moves the price as well. The funding rate tends to be negative most of the time for Zcash. So the short-term traders are actually rather bearish on Zcash. They do not believe in a long-term outperformance. And again, we can see the strong connection between trading activity, attention, and price. So in green, we've got the trading volume on the perpetual futures, so the levered bets on the price. And in yellow, we've got the ZEC price directly. As long as the trading volume stays low, the price will likely continue to fall. The same is true for the open interest. So that's now the amount of bets that are currently placed on the price. When there's a lot of bets, when there's a lot of leverage, then the price goes up. When there's less bets, the leverage moves to another asset, then the Zcash price tends to go down. And currently the trend is not that bullish. We could easily go down in open interest to 300 million. Currently, we are at 800 million. Now, I always like to determine the best trading rules to time the asset. So that comes from Bitcoin Strategy Analytics, the backtesting platform of this channel. And historically, the 2-day plus 8-day simple moving average was the best to trade Zcash versus Bitcoin. So here's how that looks like on a live chart. As long as the 2-day simple moving average is above the 8-day moving average, we should be betting on rising prices. Whenever the 2-day is below the 8-day, we should be betting on falling prices. Where are we right now? We just got a golden cross, but this is a very volatile indicator. In other words, we might want to use this directionally if you're already bullish to find the right entry, and if you are bearish to potentially find the right exit. This 2 plus 8-day simple moving average tended to outperform holding Zcash very consistently. Every single year that strategy made money, even when we include trading fees. So this is all with trading fees. Make sure though, when using perpetual futures, to not lever this up too much. So this is the leverage optimization. Historically, a leverage of 1 to 1.5x was already optimal. Everything beyond that tends to increase volatility that much that then a recovery gets hard. Most people take too much leverage when actively trading. Please don't make that mistake. And so that's in general my approach with altcoin trading. I like to look at what are the trading rules that historically worked well. I cannot share all the positions that are currently open in premium, but of course, all the closed positions, they are on the website. And I do want to share a small freebie, and that's on this website here. That's linked down below in the pinned comment. It includes one of the currently open premium trades. So you will get a position that I currently hold, that many premium members hold as well, that I believe will continue to make money. And there's also going to be a premium tutorial video that explains how to set up that trade and how to do proper risk management. So you can get this all for free to your email. No payment is required. No credit card is required. So the TLDR, I am not so sure if Zcash is still cheap relative to Monero, given that it has much less activity and given that the market caps are very much comparable. We have already seen how Zcash has underperformed Monero in the last months. And so I don't think that 1 year from now, this picture will look the same. I think that Zcash will just be one of those other red bubbles. I know it's not a popular opinion, but you're not coming to this channel just to see another promotion video, right? I try to be as objective as possible. I'm simply just sharing my opinion. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you next time. Cheers.